traveler. Let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Oh, wait. Something good happened? What happened? Did you get like a 5-star weapon or something?
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand. Let the wind lead.
crumble.
Let's play. Huh? Huh?
The campaign begins. Now you shall perish! Clear skies can do nothing to...
Drat. You caught me.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I... Stabilize!
Born of ice and frost. Access to... Brace yourselves. This is destiny.
Yeah, Ayato. Hard pity, 50-50. Whoa! Nice! For pity. Pulling for the signature weapons. Wow. You must still have a good amount of primos to be that confident in getting their signature weapons. Elegy is pretty good, I think. The sword, I think, it's good, but it's really only good on like normal attack characters for now, right? Like we don't know, there might be other normal attack sword users in the future, so it might be good on them too. But as of right now, it's like really only good on him, on Ayato, I mean. Anyway, normal attack. Alright. Oh, what about Ayaka? Aren't you going for Ayaka? Or, I don't know, even Kazuha maybe. Like, the people have stopped talking about a possible Kazuha rerun in 2.7. But, I don't know, I think Kazuha's due for another rerun because he hasn't had a rerun in a good amount of time. Or maybe you already have Kazuha. Oh, dang it. I missed the time. Yeah. I think those two, I mean, despite people clearly saying that Kazuha is like a better Venti, but there are still scenarios that Venti is needed, where having only Kazuha is just not enough. Alright, so yeah, I think Venti is really good. Like if you think about it, Venti is just so good at what he does that people think he's getting nerfed just because he's not as good as he used to be. But in fact, he's actually still pretty good, even with content that is like severely against him.
Quake.
I mean, I didn't stop using Venti on the main account because I don't have Kazuha on the main account. Even with all the single target content that we've gotten recently, like the mechanical array in Abyss, the Primo Vishap, the Primo Geo Vishap in Abyss, I didn't stop using Venti then. I still use them even in single target situations. He's just that good. Even though it's not optimal, he's still usable at the very least. Ayaka 2, I think Ayato will love her sister. Yeah. They work pretty well together in a freeze team. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that. It's actually it's actually like a huge upgrade for your account, since that's the case. Like not even Sucrose, like at least having Sucrose would have been okay, but really only Animo Traveler? That's terrible. I don't know what's going on, man. Like I'm seriously lagging so much. Oh yeah, like You're gonna love your Venti. Having Venti on the account is like an account changing experience. Your overworld, like the real world, like here, your open world is not it's gonna become brain dead easy for you after getting Venti.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that, man. So I'm guessing you already had Raiden.
Where do you want to go next?
It's fine, right? I feel like that's fine because you had that's a trade-off for like something else really good that you got, which is the Venti, like really quickly right after him. Are you ever planning on going for constellations? Or are you just gonna settle for like C0 everyone?
Shadows of fate.
So sleepy. Can't catch me.
Rise!
Okay. Yeah, I guess I gotta agree with that. But what about like some characters that have like a big power spike at an early constellation? I don't know, like C2 Raiden, or like C2 or C3 Raiden Shogun. Who else has like a big power spike at an early constellation? I don't know. Can't think of anyone else. I'm not very familiar with like some of the newer characters. Like I'm not familiar with the Oimiya's constellations and so on. Yeah, what about characters like those where an early constellation is like a bigger upgrade than a weapon? Like on Raiden. Yeah, I think Raiden's the only example I could think of now. Respect for that. Yeah, right. Raiden's the only one I could think of, really.
Unsolicited. And all the more valuable.
I guess Eula C2 is okay. It's nothing great. It's not amazing, but her hold E, if you have two stacks of her like sword thing, her hold E does a pretty good amount of damage, and C2 makes it so that your hold E is the same cooldown as your press E, which is just 4 seconds. Their weapons would be great for them. Although, yeah, you can't argue like having the weapons is quite nice. Like for example, the engulfing lightning on Raiden Shogun, for example. Like if you have engulfing lightning on Raiden Shogun, that means that you can give the catch to Xiangling. And I'm kind of having that problem on this account. I mean, thankfully I got Homa for Xiangling, but I would really rather give the catch to Xiangling and then give engulfing lightning to Raiden Shogun, because it just makes her it's a pretty big power boost, I think. Like just looking at the stats of the weapon. Family to the guys I have. Okay. What is this? Oh. What is this? Yeah, Leaf Falls? What is this? Is this Ayato's quest? I gotta finish Ayato's quest to do the event? That's terrible. To unlock the full experience. That is horrible. Can I just complete the story quest? Raiden Shogun story quest 2. Kokomi's. The best experience from this event. You should start the event. Oh. Completing. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, I guess that's fine. We can still do the event. Oh, that's pretty good. Wow. That's a pretty good mechanic that they added. Did you see that, man? Like, what server are you on, by the way? There you go. Very sweet. A third 50-50 that I won. Really focused on guys. But getting both Ayato and Venti is awesome. Yeah, that's true. I have to agree with you. Ayato is not really, I would say, a must-have. If you're just thinking about like meta perspective. He's more like a nice-to-have character. He's a DPS, right? He does fulfill a certain niche, but he's not that good at it, which is like hydro application. So just by purely meta perspective, he's not really someone that you must have. Yeah, but sure, like if you just like him, yeah, he's pretty good. You won't regret having him, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, fun to play. I don't care meta anyway. Yeah, yeah. I have to agree with you there. Like, I'm honestly kind of jealous that there are some players that are like that out there, just able to just have fun, just play the game. Where is it? Is this it? Oh, okay. Haha. Yeah, I have a friend, like he's a straight guy, and he kind of simped for Ayato. Although he does like the characters and he wishes on characters that he likes, but he's also a bit of a meta guy.
Hi, Captain.
He's more of a meta guy.
You have a new commission for us.
That's correct. There's a requester who has submitted a designated commission for the two of you.
A designated commission? Sounds like it must be pretty important. What kind of task is it exactly?
There's no need to worry. This commission is not dangerous by any means. Perhaps you have heard that Inazuma will soon be holding a major festival, the magnificent Irodori Festival.
Yay! A festival! Oh, come to think of it, we haven't attended a festival in Inazuma for a while.
Oh, Ayato's attack is considered his normal attack. So any sets that give normal attacks will boost it. So it's not really a charged attack. And yeah, I know that it's kind of weird because you hold the mouse button, right, which is normally the way to do charged attacks. But it's in his case, it's actually a normal attack.
The Yashiro Commission and Lady Yae are responsible for all the festival preparations. The one who has requested your help is none other than Lady Yae herself.
You know Miko. She always has some unusual ideas in her head. You can bet a festival planned by her is gonna be one to remember. We'd better go to Grand Narukami Shrine and see what she needs us to do.
Lady Yae is currently at Yae Publishing House in Hanamizaka, so there is no need to go all the way to the shrine. In fact, she has instructed me to have you directly meet with her there.
Oh, well that's convenient enough. Let's go then.
Well, I'm glad that you see. It seems like you've already got everything you need. It's always like the most unfortunate thing when you have a character that you like so much, but then you don't have any weapon for them.
Aratani and Kuroda, how are things coming along?
All the books and commission prints for Yae Publishing House were bound and sent out yesterday afternoon, Lady Yae.
Very good. And Murata?
We have already received word from Apekusu and Sailing Breeze that the materials are all in place for Shogun Almighty Reborn as Raiden with Unlimited Power and Pretty Please Kitsune Guji.
Well done. And what about you, Onodera? Ahem. Onodera?
Oh, yes, Lady Yae.
Isn't
Everything's
Yamiko
ready
just
for the
beautiful?
initial release party.
You are
Right.
the one who organized the plans for this release party. In other words, you are the team's fearless leader now. So please, show some confidence.
I didn't really wish for her. Just because like I'm a meta slave. I'm a friggin' meta slave. But I really am kinda disappointed at how her kit turned out.
Besides, there's no need to be nervous.
I
This
really like the
project is
character.
destined
I
for
like how she
success.
looks. I like the
feel quite
character.
optimistic about it. I shall specially grant you leave for the next couple of days, Onodera. Please take the opportunity to have a good rest. After all, you will be very busy on the day of the release party.
Yeah, getting a certain 5-star on your account kind of makes you want to keep playing. That's kind of what happened with my third account. I originally had only 2 accounts, but then my third account I just made originally just to feed crystal chunks to my first and second accounts. And then I forgot what happened, but like just somehow I got 5-star after 5-star. So I got Eula. No, I got Diluc, and then I got Eula like less than 20 wishes after. And then I was like, oh boy, here we go. So, and then I got Jingcho, and then I got Beidou, and then I kept getting more Beidos, and then I got Sack Sword. So at that point, I was like, there was just no way I was gonna give up the account at that point.
Yes, Lady Yae. Thank you very much.
All right then. Is everyone clear about their assignments? Good. We are running out of time, so let's get moving. Chop. Hello, little ones. I take it you have received my commission,
Some organizer you are! It's nearly time for the festival and you're still over here ramping things up for your light novel business! Shouldn't you be getting back to the Grand Narukami Shrine? You weren't thinking of dumping all the festival preparations on us, were you? If so, then you can forget it! Paimon won't accept such a commission!
Do you use Kojo Sarah? I find her like I've never even raised her on any of my accounts. Like maybe I could if I had C2 of her, but I don't have any on any of my accounts. I don't have her C2. I just think like the charged attack mechanic just to get a very short 6-second buff is just too much hassle. I guess another reason why I've never used Kujo Sarah is because I don't have any. None of my 3 accounts have a good weapon for her.
My, such harsh words. It hurts to hear that kind of talk from you two. But as you can clearly see, I'm here working like a dog for the festival. Yet you say I'm not doing my job. Let me ask you, little ones. Whoever said that the festival must involve the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Huh? But isn't that a given? This is Inazuma after all.
Oh, really? Like, what makes you prefer the guys instead of the girls?
Yes, that is true.
If you
But
don't
now
mind me
that
asking.
the Sakoku decree has been lifted, Inazuma is no longer the same nation that once resisted change tooth and nail. Therefore, rather than sticking to the same old traditional festival, the Yashiro Commission and I have decided to shake things up a little. This time, we'll be holding an international cultural festival, distinctly Inazuman, but with a unique twist. I suppose I should start by telling you the origins of the Iridori Festival. Legend has it that there were 5 poets in ancient Inazuma who were supremely gifted in singing and writing poetry. They are known as the 5 Kasen. Every year, one of the 5 would present a collection of the group's poems to the shogun for review,
Okay.
which would then spark
I guess I could
cultural
understand that,
discussions
yeah.
regarding those works.
Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of getting together with them, I guess like if you think about it, like the only way we'd be able to do that, like somehow, some way, would be like in a Serenity pot, right? Have you noticed that you can't change anything in your Serenity pot right now? Ever since 2.6 came out.
Thanks to them, Inazuma's culture blossomed and gained great influence at that time. As time passed, people began creating various tales based on the 5 Kasen. The Iridori Festival was also developed as a result to show appreciation for their works, which so greatly enriched our lives.
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the ancients, it'd be refined elegance. Unfortunately, with the flow of time, people have gradually forgotten about the 5 Kasen and the festival. Which is precisely why I've decided to revive the Iridori Festival by...
Hey, well, she's not a bad 5-star to have. At least you have an option. Like my friend just got to AR 56, I think, or 57 before he got his first Mona. And he really wanted to have a Morgana team on his account. At one point, he already had Venti, Ganyu, and Diona, but then he just didn't have any off-field Hydro applicator, like Kokomi or Mona. It was terrible. It was terrible for him. So having Mona is at least gives you one extra possible team for you to build.
Holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But wait a minute! Light novels?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In ancient times, poetry was all the rage, but nowadays, the entertainment format of choice is light novels. The important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with anything fresh if you're stuck using some rigid format of the past. Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now perfectly suits the current Inazuma? And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to Ultivat through light novels. As they say, it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, that was pretty early on. Nice. Although, like, being that early into the game, you really don't have too many options for DPSs, I guess. Unless maybe if you get really lucky on, like, whatever banner comes out. Like, if whoever the banner character is a DPS, like, let's say now, if you started the game out now, and you were, like, AR 30, 35, and you get Ayato, then yeah, you would have a good DPS character, or like someone like Ito or Hutao or Ganyu or whoever. But then you get Mona, and you only have Mona at that point. Like you still don't have a good DPS. I guess you do have Kaya. Kaya's not bad. Like really early on, and even late game, a lot of end game people like using Kaya. I've been slowly realizing how good Kaya is, and I kind of regret not getting Kaya constellations in the shop.
Whoa, that was close. Paimon was nearly carried away by Miko's persuasive tongue. Come on, Miko! You can't fool us. We know you by now. This is all definitely stemming from your own personal interests.
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, regardless of whether it's light novels or a festival, catching people's attention with a fresh concept is the essence here.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of world level, I actually I actually stayed at AR 45 for like a really long time. Um, I didn't know about the thing about like that technique, or like I don't know if you'd call it a technique, but doing that, I didn't know about staying there on my first account, so I just went up and up even though all my characters were so weak, so I really had a hard time even in the overworld on my main account at first. On my second and third accounts, I stayed at AR 45 until I had enough AR XP to just go straight to AR 55. Like, are you planning to do that on your account?
Well, what do you say? Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
Maybe a little. Oh, alright, Paimon's super curious now.
Come, let's pay a visit to the venue in Rito together. I promise that it will give you a whole new perspective on the festival. There we'll meet a special someone who will tell you more about your tasks.
That's pretty good. Well, what teams do you usually run in like the overworld? Rito, here. I feel like having like an all Geo team with an Ito main DPS is kind of, I wouldn't say hard, but just I don't know. It was weird in the overworld because you never get to like go all out with Ito's burst.
During the Iridori Festival, the area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will become the main exhibition space for light novels. Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there'll also be exclusive giveaways, prizes, and new release parties. This small plaza in front of the International Trade Association will be called the 5 Kasen Plaza during the festival, and nearby shops will be selling special light novel merchandise. You certainly won't want to miss out.
Wow. How should Paimon put this? It's definitely not your typical festival, but it sure looks like it'll be quite the party. Huh. Miko, what are these blank boards in the center of the plaza?
Yes, those are...
Ah, Lady I did mention that there would be some reliable helpers coming to assist with the festivities. It appears she meant you two.
Do you even get to go all out with Ito? I feel like you can't. Like when you burst, you E, one of the enemies are already dead, and then like you normal attack a few times, a few more are dead, and then before you even finish a charged attack on Ito, everything's probably dead.
At last we meet again, Traveler and Paimon. Tell me, how are you faring recently?
Oh, it's Ayato! Wow, so even a busy guy like yourself is here to attend the Iridori Festival.
Preparing festivals falls under the Yashiro Commission's scope of responsibilities. Seeing as Lady Yae has poured her heart and soul into the preparations, I'm obliged to be equally dedicated.
Chasm. What enemies are there that are strong? They're mostly just I guess there are some Fatui in there. Fatui, but most of the enemies there are like treasure hoarders, really.
Come now, Ayato. We're not strangers here. There's no need to sound so formal. We were just about to discuss the boards over here. They're related to our little helper's tasks, so I'll let you give them a detailed rundown.
Certainly. I assume you two already know that the Irodori festival originated from the 5 Kasen. These 5 boards are here for painting their portraits. This Irodori festival is not only the first major festival to be held in Inazuma since the lifting of the Sakoku decree, it is also an event deeply rooted in culture and the arts. Therefore, the Yashiro Commission has personally invited several cultural celebrities from other nations. For example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Yashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, we fear that staying in a foreign land may feel a little uncomfortable. Which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Teyvat to serve as a guide for our guests.
That's true. Hey, yeah, that's right. Venti and Ayato actually do have good synergy. Because Ayato's normal attacks when he's in his infused state can actually hit enemies in Venti's tornado.
I knew you would catch on. It is our hope that you would be able to guide the guests from the harbor to their residence at the International Trade Association, while providing any necessary assistance along the way. This arrival schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving. All you simply have to do is go to the docks at the indicated times.
It's settled then. My, look at the time. I have to meet with my editors, so I must be going now. During the festival, most of the Yae Publishing House's editors will be staying near the Outlander Affairs Agency. If you run into any problems, you may find them there.
This festival requires the full cooperation of the Tri-Commission, and there are still many minor details which require my attention, so I must excuse myself for now. I'll leave the guests in your hands.
I mean, I feel like you should feel lucky, because I feel like you are lucky.
All the details we need about the ships are on the timetable that Ayato gave us. Let's take a closer look and be sure to pick up the passengers according to the times written on it.
So that's why you missed out on the sword. Because you weren't active in the game yet. Yeah, that was quite a long event too. Like, if you didn't have enough time to speedrun all of it on the last day, like you probably wouldn't be able to get the sword or all the refinements. What am I doing? Schedule. There's a schedule thing. Where do I see those? Is it this thing? Oh, here it is. 8 a.m. 10, 9, third day, second day, 2 days. The day following release event, 10 a.m. Third day, second day, 2 days before the festival? 8 a.m. Okay. Got a bit of years. No, that's terrible. Like, didn't the event to get the Cinnabar Spindle also end when his banner ended?
According to the arrival schedule, there will be a ship arriving. Hello! You must be here to take part in the Iridori Festival. We're the festival guides, and we'll show you around.
Yes, that's right. We are bards from Mondstadt. Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to find fresh inspiration here.
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, where's Tone Deaf Bard then? Huh. Strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Do you think he didn't receive an invitation?
They are? I don't remember from the trailer. I think I do remember seeing Albedo. I don't remember seeing Zhongli though.
Huh? Why's that? Oh, Paimon sees what you're getting at. Even though Venti no longer rules over... If he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only would it seem a little childish, it would also sort of be shameless of him too.
Miss Honorary Knight, Paimon!
It's Klee! Were you also invited to the Iridori Festival?
No, Albedo's the one who received the invitation. But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days, Albedo arranged for someone here to issue me a dependent pass.
Greetings, Traveler in Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Irodori Festival, I predicted that I might run into you here.
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the 5 Kasen!
I'll take a look at the schedule. Like, maybe it gives us a clue on, like, who's coming.
It seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma, Calx. Oh, by the way, do you know where the International Trade Association is? I'll be meeting with the editorial director of the Yae Publishing House there.
Yeah, the International Trade Association is where you'll be staying in Inazuma. We'll be heading there too.
Great. Let's get going then.
You're getting Klee. Second day. Large passenger ship. Calligraphers. Painters. Theater mechanicus. Players. A guest writer. Calligraphers. Doesn't sound like Zhongli's any of those. From Liyue though, so I don't know. Possibly. 2 days before. Third day. Cargo ship. Stopover 1 person. Following day. Release event small. 2 persons. Okay, I guess probably the second one here. Because that's the only ship that it says right here is from Liyue. Oh, speaking of like family, I guess Klee and Jean are kind of like family. Some of the standard banner characters, they're probably gonna take a while to get. Because there's no way to control what you're getting. I guess maybe losing 50/50s.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump into others. Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not the best idea. As a result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. It appears she's even more excited now that we've arrived. Strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama, isn't here yet. I'm certain he said that he'd be sure to arrive before me. This might be a problem. Well, Mr. Hirayama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials about the 5 Kasen today. That way, I could better visualize the content for my paintings.
You mean you had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
I only know of the 5 Kasen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. So Mr. Hirayama decided to help me collect some more information. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired. So I agreed on only receiving the details today.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you get them quickly, because it's not easy. Like, on my 3rd account, I have C2 Gene, but I haven't even gotten Kaching on that account. Oh, I think I do. I don't remember, actually.
So when do the paintings have to be done by?
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Irodori Festival. The first one, depicting Suiko, will need to be done before the festival's official opening ceremony, which is the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow? Then you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, things were always tight and finished at the last minute. Just last month, to ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Irodori Festival, I had to complete the final chapter's illustrations the same day I received the manuscript. I heard that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma. I still don't know how well they turned out.
Paimon isn't sure if she should feel sympathetic for your working conditions or compliment you on your artistic genius.
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference materials in advance, so that I can be better prepared.
Oh, right! The editors of the Yai Publishing House will all be around the Outlander Affairs Agency these next few days.
I'm so sorry, man. I don't really remember anything like in the trailer. For some reason, I guess maybe it's because I just happened to be really busy at the time when like the trailers came out for 2.6. I really only got to watch it once, and while I was watching it, I was also doing work, so it really couldn't pay full attention to it. I'm painting a Geovishap hatchling. One of these videos. Which one? Is it like for the 2.6 trailer, or is it like a really old video from back then?
Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hirayama's over there too. We'll take you over there to see if we can find him, Albedo.
Alright, it's worth a try. Klee, you haven't slept for a while now. Please stay at our residence in the International Trade Association and get some rest. We will be back soon.
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best behavior.
To request a fanfiction booth, please apply here.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera is when he's on special leave. Kuroda and I will go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand for this book is so high, though. Even with the emergency prints, it still might not be enough.
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we'd really be in boiling water. Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found in the warehouse has anything to do with this?
Well, the editorial director is on his way over there to investigate the situation as we speak.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's going on here?
Oh, hey, Traveler. Don't worry. It's nothing, just an internal issue. That's all. How can I help you?
How about you? Have you started playing through the event yet? I mean, you're on NA server just like me, so it's already come out for you.
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hirayama. Does anyone know where he is now?
Mr. Hirayama is currently at the warehouse down by the harbor.
Oh, hold on a second, Murata. Excuse me, but you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the 5 Kasen for the festival?
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about information regarding the 5 Kasen. I do apologize, but please make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr. Hirayama know to send you the materials right away.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go find him ourselves.
Excuse me, but is there something wrong with the latest volume of A Legend of Sword?
Huh? How did you know?
Since you were all aware that Mr. Hirayama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director didn't forget about it. Instead, something urgent must have cropped up. To add to that, despite being aware that I am Calx, you were still unwilling to let me go to Mr. Hirayama directly. After considering these factors, the only reason you would try to stall me is if something happened to A Legend of Sword, which I did the illustrations for.
You're running into trouble. This is funny.
Well, I'm very sorry. The situation is just as you said, Calx. I suppose it doesn't hurt to tell you now.
What a weird name, right? Calx. Like, imagine if that was his actual name. Like, and not Albedo. It just would sound really out of place, I guess.
Earlier today, someone spotted a suspicious outlander sneaking around inside the Iridori Festival warehouse down by the docks. So they promptly alerted the Tenryou Commission. The Tenryou Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted everyone who was renting space in the warehouse. It was then that we realized that the latest copies of A Legend of Sword had suddenly gone missing.
What? The books are missing?
Shh, not so loud. Not only is this book an eagerly anticipated release in the last phase of the Iridori Festival, but the author, Jinyu, will be personally attending the release party as well.
Because of the dire situation, Mr. Hirayama immediately hurried to the warehouse to determine whether the theft was related to that suspicious outlander.
I see. It would be a great misfortune if A Legend of Sword would not be released on schedule. And quite a disappointment for Jinyu as well. If Mr. Hirayama has gone to the warehouse at the docks, then I'll go down to see if I can be of any help.
So the author of A Legend of Sword is Jinyu. Sounds familiar. Hey, isn't that Xingqiu's pen name?
Jinyu. That's Xingqiu? Jinyu?
Oh, do you know him?
Xingqiu would definitely be upset if he discovers his books are missing. Let's accompany Albedo to the warehouse too.
Wow. They're really pooling in all the characters on this event. What are these? Are these like potential new characters? That one looks like Yae. Who are these two? I kind of noticed them while we were just talking to these guys over here earlier. Okay, that's Raiden. That. Okay, that's. I guess those are just her normal clothes. Raiden. But these two, though. I'm pretty curious. Wonder who they are. Yelan. Oh, yeah, that's right. This one right here kind of looks like Yelan, right? But who's this other one?
Please be mindful of your personal safety at all times.
Oh, Venti's here. Did Venti get caught?
Huh? It's you! Why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryou Commission, of course. Is that surprising?
No, Sarah, Paimon wasn't talking about you! So, Tone-Deaf Bard. The suspicious outlander in the warehouse wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is indeed me.
As I have told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you are to remain silent. Don't make me say it again. Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
Listen, Sarah. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the theft. But what's this about being a stowaway?
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Irodori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can only suspect that he might have entered the country illegally.
That definitely sounds like Venti, right?
And just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze.
Yep, that definitely sounds like Venti.
If it would help shed any light on the situation, then please, be my guest.
Oh, Venti! You didn't really come here illegally, did you?
Ouch, your words wound me. We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted with is grilling questions and suspicious glares. You arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard. You of all people should be more understanding, don't you think?
Similar means?
That's true.
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than Kamisato Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's unlikely that someone acquainted with the likes of him would ever be here illegally, right?
But why weren't you on the same ship as the other bards?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship bound for Inazuma transporting dandelion wine. So, naturally, I decided to set sail with them. Once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along the way. I must have fallen asleep in the cargo crate while carefully comparing the tastes of dandelion wine and Inazuman sake.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he was comparing them, right?
And when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryou Commission general glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Venti, this story is quite believable. But it still feels...
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA publishing house, and there are some questions I would like to ask you. Based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the warehouse for some time now. If that's the case, did you happen to hear anything unusual?
Actually, I did hear some faint footsteps around me a couple of times, but I didn't consider the sound anything out of the ordinary.
Hmm? But if you clearly heard something, why didn't you feel it was unusual?
Oh, I seem to understand now.
Huh? What did you notice, Albedo?
When it comes to burglars, they are generally associated with prying or rummaging through things. What Venti means is that he did not hear anything unusual like that. As for the sound of footsteps, because this is a warehouse where many goods are coming in and out each day, it is quite normal for people to be walking around.
I see. But if that's the case, then we're back to square one regarding the stolen books.
No, not quite. From the facts that have been presented to us, we can draw at least 3 conclusions now. First, whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. They had their sights on the books from the very beginning. Second, the culprit was very familiar with the warehouse, and might even have a key. And third, I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport so many heavy books in such a short window of time. It must have been a team effort. It goes without saying that Venti clearly does not match up with our culprits.
Yes, I agree with your reasoning. Mr. Hirayama, the Tenryou Commission will continue by investigating the warehouse staff. If you come across any further clues, please notify us immediately.
Yes, understood. I'll leave it.
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast. Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether your arrival in Inazuma was legal or not.
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account you might let me off the hook.
Sarah's quite the meticulous one. Where's your invitation letter, Venti?
Yes, the invitation letter. I'm truly sorry. I can't seem to remember where I may have put it.
How could you lose something so important?
Don't be mistaken. I was well aware of how important it was. But I didn't bring any luggage with me, and the letter was too big to fit in my pocket. So I kept it in my hand the whole trip. Strange. Though I had a little too much to drink, I know that I kept it in a secure place. I even recall being most pleased at coming up with a good idea at the time.
If you were holding the invitation in your hand the whole time, then why did you put it down?
Well, to properly compare the taste of Mondstadt wine and Inazuman sake, I had to hold a glass in each hand. I couldn't both hold the invitation and a glass at the same time. But surely I wouldn't put it in just any random place. It could easily be misplaced.
In which case, I believe there's only one place it could be. Have you figured it out, Traveler?
Huh? You're way ahead of Paimon. Do you two already know where the invitation letter is?
Ah, yes! I remember now. I knew you'd help me find it.
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro Commission. Now that we've confirmed this guest's identity, I have no further questions. However, starting tonight, I would advise you to stay at the International Trade Association. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving now.
There goes Sara. All right, let's go talk to Mr. Hirayama about Albedo's reference materials.
Mr. Hiroyama, I'm Calx. We had originally arranged to meet today.
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived in Inazuma only to find such a mess. These are the materials regarding the 5 Kasen. All the information that we could find is compiled here.
Let's see here. Yes, it's just as I had suspected. Monikers such as Suiko and Aoi no Okina aren't the real names of the 5 Kasen. Though there were once many stories regarding each of the 5 Kasen, the validity of their contents can no longer be verified in present times. Alas, what a shame. But at the very least, we know that most of the stories were written according to a similar style. So there is still something we may glean from this.
So, is the info useful for your paintings, Albedo?
To some extent, yes. However, I must admit that it is still lacking and fails to fulfill the most crucial element. Inspiration.
I am sorry that this information is not as exhaustive as you had hoped. However, it is not possible to gather anything more at the moment. Though, Lady Yae did say that there are many variations of the story about the 5 Kasen, and everyone has a different story in their heart. So all you need to do is follow through with what's in your own heart, and create something that you yourself find interesting.
That does sound like something Miko would say.
Thank you, Mr. Hiroyama. No need to worry. I'll find inspiration for the portraits.
Great. I'll leave it to you then, Calx. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to ask of everyone. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Genyu, the author of A Legend of Sword, will be arriving in Inazuma by boat. If you see him, please do not mention the stolen novels for the time being. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, the Ayato Publishing House will do its best to ensure that the novel's release is a success. You have my gratitude. I'll be going then.
Well, seems there's nothing more we can do here. Let's go. Huh? Betty? What are you doing over there? You don't want us to leave you behind, do you?
Traveler, Albedo, would you mind coming over here for a moment? There's something peculiar that I think you should see.
What is it, Venti? A piece of paper?
Indeed. When I awakened to find myself in the warehouse this morning, I discovered this paper in the cargo crate where I was sleeping. I didn't think much of it then, I thought it was merely a scrap piece of paper that had fallen into the cargo. After a quick glance, I stuffed it into a place nearby. But on second thought, I think it's worth having you take a look at what's written on it.
Let me see. Suiko chapter. Wait a minute.
The story told in this poem roughly boils down to Suiko getting tipsy and letting some poems that were meant for the Shogun get stolen. Ah, this story sounds familiar to my ear. Where have I heard it?
Seriously? It's literally the same story you just experienced yesterday.
Oh, indeed it is. Interesting, isn't it?
Yes, I concur. The person who left this paper could quite possibly be the criminal, or even a witness to the theft. But why leave the paper here in such a fashion? And if the one who left it here was a witness, why didn't they attempt to stop the burglary?
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Meeting together in Inazuma like this is a most rare occasion. Since we've been busy from the start of the day, let us find an inn with good drink to keep our thirst at bay.
Hey! You just sobered up and you're already thinking about more drinks? And let's not forget that Albedo still has a portrait to complete. We don't have time to be slacking off.
No, it's fine. Let's all go for a drink together. It'll be my treat.
Wait a minute. What about your portrait?
As I mentioned before, I'm the kind of artist who can work quickly once I'm inspired. And now, it seems I've found my source of inspiration. If I use a model as reference for the piece, we must pay him back with the appropriate recompense.
In that case, we'll need to order more dishes. One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the Shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Every journey has its...
Wow, you really came through, Albedo. You were able to complete the first portrait before the opening ceremony.
Yes, it really is a sight to behold. Not only does it harken to the traditional style of Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics. My figure is particularly striking. Even though I'm sound asleep in the portrait, I still appear as glorious as always.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, Tone-Deaf Bard. You were just a model. The person in the artwork isn't actually you. Well, Albedo, who will be your next portrait?
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the 5 Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one? Who knows? You might soon discover another story.
Another story?
I believe he's referring to the possibility of finding another paper with tales of the 5 Kasen. According to the reference materials I was given, we've only found the first of a total of 4 chapters.
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
It certainly is a possibility. Also, there are some points regarding the stories of the 5 Kasen that have left me rather curious. For example, the reference materials make mention of 5 legendary figures, yet all the popular stories only consist of 4 parts. It appears that throughout all the stories, there is never a chapter dedicated to Kuronushi.
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Mondstadt. Seeds of stories brought by the wind and cultivated by time. So for now, we need but just wait patiently.
Osmanthus wine taste. Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Hues. I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
What a coincidence. I was wondering where I might be able to find you, and here you are. Well, can't I come and see you when nothing is up? Alright, as much as I'd like to sit and chat with you, this time I'm here mainly for Klee. Before bringing Klee here, I told her many stories about Inazuma. It got her very excited to experience the local culture here. However, I've got other things to do in Inazuma this time besides painting the portraits of the 5 Kasen. Over the next couple of days, I won't have the time to show her around. Inazuma is not like Mondstadt. I can't just let Klee wander off by herself when I'm busy with other things. So I had to have her stay at the International Trade Association while I finish my work. She hasn't complained, but I can tell she's not enjoying being stuck there on her own. Fortunately, I now have you and Paimon. So,
Yay, you talking about, Miss Honorary Knight? Are we gonna go play? Yeah. But Albedo is really busy. I can't go too far away or he'll be worried about me.
Aw, Klee, you're such a thoughtful kid. Ah, Paimon's very thoughtful, thank you very much. Paimon always thinks of you whenever she's eating a delicious slime. Anyway, it is pretty cruel not to let Klee go out when she was so excited to come here. Yep. Allow the almighty traveler and dependable Paimon to bring Klee on a tour of Inazuma.
Klee, do you want to go play with Miss Honorary Knight?
Yay! You bet I do!
As you know, Klee is our Spark Knight. You must keep her safe and sound. By which I mean, try to keep her out of trouble. For instance, if a mountain in Inazuma was to lose one of its peaks, or if there were an explosion somewhere in the city, Klee could very well get in trouble. Glad to hear it.
I promise I'll bring you back an awesome souvenir, Mr. Albedo.
Great. I look forward to it.
There are loads of cool things to do in Inazuma. Try the local cuisine, visit a shrine. What do you want to do, Klee?
Cuisine? What's that?
You know, food and drink. Paimon just meant we could take you to a local restaurant.
A restaurant? Yay! Snack time!
Got it! All right, snack time it is. Let's go!
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
Wow, something smells so good. I think it's coming from this steaming thingy. Miss Honorary Knight, look at this noodly soup. It's so pretty. There's so many nice things inside.
It's not noodly soup. It's tonkotsu ramen, actually.
Oh, so, what are those yellow and red thingies on that plate?
You're kidding, right? Those are tri-flavored skewers.
And what about this little yellow cake?
That's an egg roll. They're amazing. Have you really not tried one before?
Wow, tonkotsu ramen, tri-flavored skewers, and egg rolls. They all sound delicious.
They sure are. Guess you're not from around here if you haven't tried any of these before. Let me buy you an egg roll with my allowance so you can get a taste of our Inazuman food.
Really? But Master Jean said I shouldn't go taking other people's things.
Also, that's your allowance, right? Taking another kid's allowance just seems kind of wrong.
Oh, I remember you. You're Yoimiya's friend. How come you know how to make egg rolls?
Egg rolls are a piece of cake for this gal. Why don't you make some for Klee and Iwao? Really? Wow, Paimon is so touched. You're learning. All right, we'll be waiting on those egg rolls.
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
Miss Honorary Knight, what?
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some. Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
He didn't seem like a troublemaker.
Reboot.
Miss Honorary Knight, what do egg rolls taste like?
Wow, you really can cook them. You're awesome, ma'am.
It's sweet. So yummy.
Yep, yep. It's delicious. Traveler, you are the best.
Yeah, these egg rolls are pretty good, but I still think Yoimiya's are better.
Who is Yoimiya? She makes egg rolls too?
Yoimiya can do anything. She tells stories, keeps goldfish, makes fireworks, and gives us candy too. Yoimiya's pretty much the best and most awesome person ever.
For me, the best, most awesome person in the world is my mom. And Klee knows loads of other great people too, like Mr. Albedo, Miss Honorary Knight, Master Jean, Kaya.
Surely she's not going to name everyone she knows.
Oh, well, I don't know any of those people. But anyways, I still want to introduce you to Yoimiya. If you want, I'll take you to find her. In most festivals, Yoimiya's so busy that you can never find her. But this festival's different. She has free time, so she can play with us. She seems like she hasn't been in a great mood recently, but maybe seeing you will cheer her up.
Okay, let's go play with Yoimiya.
Yoimiya, don't be sad. Oh, I know. Let me tell you something that'll cheer you up. Yesterday, I won 3 beetle fights in a row against that guy with the horns on his head.
Wow, Matsuzaka. Nice work. It's not easy to beat Ito.
Don't worry, Yoimiya. Maybe you can't light fireworks during the Iridori Festival, but there are still lots of other fun things to do.
I know. Thanks, you guys. It's just that fireworks are banned in the city for a few days. I'm not that upset, really.
Yoimiya, it's me! I want to introduce you to a new friend, an Outlander girl. I just met her. Wait, what's your name again?
Klee. My name is Klee.
Nice to meet you, Klee. I'm Yoimiya, and I run Naganahara Fireworks.
Hello.
I love the cute outfit, with the hat and the cool little symbols. So unique. And your backpack, wow, it's really well made.
That's a 4-leaf clover. Mom and Master Jean said it can bring me good luck.
Really? That's awesome! I bet everyone would love one of those. Also, that little fairy on your backpack is super cute, too.
That's Dodoko, my best friend. We always go fish blasting together in Starfell Lake.
Oh, Dodoko? What an interesting name. I really like it.
Yep. My mom says that when a Dodoko is born, it rides the wind and goes off on a big adventure.
Ride the wind and go off on a big adventure? Klee, your mom sounds like a very cool person.
Yep, my mom is the best and most awesome person ever. And Yoimiya, Iwao was right. You're a really cool person too.
Thanks, Klee. I feel like we really get each other. We'll be great friends, I'm sure of it.
It's so heartwarming watching these two chat away.
Hey, Klee! Since you like 4-leaf clovers so much, why don't I make a firework with a 4-leaf clover pattern and set it off for you?
Yeah! And after the fireworks, we can go fish blasting with Dodoko.
Hold on a second. Fish blasting? No way. Albedo was pretty clear about that.
Oh, oops. I got so excited that I completely forgot about that. The folks from the Yashiro Commission specifically warned me that no fireworks are allowed in Inazuma during the Irodori Festival.
What? It's not allowed? But... Aww. Okay, then.
Hey, come on. You just made a new friend. This is a happy occasion. Why are you suddenly so upset? Yeah, we still have loads of things we can do. Right, just like Saika said. There are lots of fun things to do.
What do you say, Klee? Sounds like the Irodori Festival could be a real blast.
Okay, then. Let's go!
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?